Welcome back, and today we're talking about By the Grace of the Gods, episode 6. So, like always, let's just jump into it. Episode 6 starts off with Ryoma kind of testing out what the metal slime is resistant to, right? He got different poison, acid, and all this different stuff from the slimes and kind of put it in front of the metal slime to see if it would react to it. And of course, it reacted to the acid. And it makes sense, right? Because maybe the acid will be able to dissolve the metal, and that's why the metal slime is afraid of it. But it was kind of cute because we see that Ryoma is doing his little testing thing. We see that Ryoma is strong because he likes to play with magic. He likes to do research. So that's why he knows so much about the different slimes, the different magic and stuff like that, because he's able to combine them in such a way that nobody else in this world has been able to. So that's really awesome. And we also get to see Ryoma in action this episode, right? We learn about Ryoma and his slimes, how many ones he's got. But before we jump right into it, let me remind you to like and subscribe because it definitely helps the channel out. We are growing. We are about to hit 1,000 subs, a really huge milestone for me. So I just want to say thank you. But let's keep talking about By the Grace of the Gods. That's what we're here for. Now, Ryoma, he's like a one-man army, okay? Once they got to the mine, and they were talking about the different monsters, right? They have the mantis, they have the bat, they have the small rat. All those monsters are really like low-level monsters. They're not really a threat to any of the adventurers. The problem is there's large quantities of them, right? There's a lot of numbers in there that they can easily overwhelm the adventurers if they're not careful. So they have to go in with a plan. They're dividing and conquering, killing all the monsters they can as they see them. Now, here's where we get to see Ryoma and just how OP he is, right? He broke down all the different slimes that he's got. He even has a healing type slime. I didn't know that, but this healing type slime is OP, especially when it evolved later on the episode where it was casting that high level healing magic. So that's awesome. But in total, and this is what shocked me right here, in total, Ryoma has 4,310 slimes. That's like a small army, right? I don't know exactly how big the armies in this world are, but I'm guessing around this time, right, this era, I can't believe that they actually have hundreds, thousands of people ready to go to war. I'm guessing the army sizes will be something around 5 to 10,000, maybe like 40,000 max. I don't know exactly what they are, but I mean 4,310 slimes. That is just absolutely crazy. That's like a one-man army just walking around. Now, the one cat lady, she can use magic as well, but she has low level like MP, so she can't use that much magic. While Ryoma, he can use magic unlimited almost, right? He can just cast any spell he wants without a problem. So he's able to take out all the bats in one simple magic, the sound bomb. Now, this magic, none of them ever heard about it before, and that's what I like about Ryoma. He likes to experiment. He likes to do research. We saw it at the beginning of the episode, and we're seeing it now. He created his own magic sound bomb. Maybe some other people can use it. Maybe some other people came up with it, but the fact that none of the adventurers knew what it was should just kind of tell you how rare it is. But he was able to take out a whole army of bats by himself with one magic spell, and all his slimes are kind of eating everything up. So they're definitely evolving, they're definitely growing in you know, they're definitely multiplying. I mean, it's just insane. By the time this whole thing gets done, Ryoma's gonna have like 80,000 slimes. He's gonna get absolutely out of this world crazy OP. Now later on we find out there's like a goblin village inside of the mine. That's a big deal because the goblins, they are dangerous, right? They're a step above the initial monsters that we got, and they came up with a plan to destroy them, but they were being overwhelmed. As it turns out, there's like 2,000 goblins in there, right? Including a goblin commander. But once again, we just come and see that Ryoma is able to easily take care of everything with, once again, that sound bomb. Now, Ryoma is definitely an OP character. We knew that from the very beginning. My only problem is, right, that essentially Ryoma is like a deus ex machina in this world, right? And maybe later on, we'll see Ryoma actually struggle. And I am happy that Ryoma found a good place, right? He's happy to be here. Again, when later on in the episode, he was reminiscing on how, you know, back on Earth, he didn't have nice friends. He didn't have people that cared about him. And in this world, he sees that the adventurers that he's with right now, they all care about him. They all care about his safety, his well-being. And the Jamal family, they care about him. They care about his well-being. So, Ryoma is definitely way happier in this world, and I'm happy for him. But it does feel like Ryoma is like a deus ex machina at this point, and he's able to solve every problem whatsoever without even struggling a little bit. Now, to be fair, right? To be fair, this adventure was for like the lowest level ranking adventurers there was, right? Now we get to see the guild leader in there, and I don't know how powerful he is, right? He could be the guild leader, but still be like a very weak adventurer, right? So maybe as Ryoma goes up in rank, we'll start going into most dangerous adventures where he'll have to struggle a little bit more. Because honestly, if he keeps like just one-shotting everything without a problem, right? It might start getting boring, right? Like I honestly feel like I enjoyed this anime more when it was about Ryoma's character development, how he got introduced to the Jamil family, how he's helping that family grow as well. And honestly, I thought it was gonna go that route where we we're gonna focus about the different products that Ryoma can make to make this world better, right? I mean, he might do it next episode. That one cat lady, I forgot her name, she did tell him, right? Because after they got done with all the fighting, their clothes was covered in goblin slime, which is the hardest type of stuff to get off, right? Usually when you get that grime on your clothes, people just throw it away because it's so hard to take it off. It's just too much trouble, right? Like it's easier to just dispose of the clothes. And the fact that Ryoma can actually clean it up really easy without any effort almost, thanks to the cleaning slimes, he can actually make a killing doing like a laundry business, right? So that cat lady gave him the idea, and I'm guessing that's what he's going to do. I kind of wish they would stay away from like fights because one, the animation is not there. It looks bad whenever they start fighting, right? Especially when we get the CGI monsters like the CGI mantis. It looks horrible. I hate CGI. I would honestly prefer that this anime stays with, just character development with Ryoma and the rest of the cast of this anime, rather than being about going out on adventures and, Ryoma just stomping everything without any effort because it's just so crazy OP. It'll still be cool to see that every now and then, but like the last 2 episodes have been dedicated to this kind of adventure. And, when you have bad animation and they're fighting, it just kind of puts me off real quick because that's not what I really want from this anime. I want to get to know Ryoma better. I want to see Ryoma change the world. And I really don't think going about, going on these adventures is gonna do it. I want to go back to like the root where this anime started, where Ryoma with Jamil and the family, and actually just being a happy family, right? I want to see that. Now, the last little thing that happened in this episode, of course, is Ryoma telling Jamil that not Jamil, Reinhardt, that he wants to be by himself. He wants to be independent. And it makes sense. It makes sense. Remember, Ryoma, I don't know exactly how old he was back on Earth, but he was in early 30s or maybe early 40s. But he was definitely an adult, right? And when he came into this world, he was reborn into like an 8-year-old body. He's 11 now because it's been 3 years. So he's still thinking like an adult. He wants to be independent, right? He's not a child. So I'm guessing he's going to start that laundromat business, and he's going to make a killing because he's going to be able to take off that, grime of the goblins fairly easy. People are probably going to pay top dollar for that, or top gold, whatever currency they use in this world, to get that stuff off, because having to throw away your gear every time is just, it could get expensive. But yeah, I really want to see Ryoma be on his own. I want him to be connected to the Reinhardt family, right? Because that's awesome. But I really want to see Ryoma go out on his own adventure and start like his little own business. I want to stay grounded. I want all these different characters to interact with each other rather than go out into the world and start doing adventures. I don't think that's what Ryoma really wants to do. But we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully they stay away from the fights because it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. The animation when it comes to the fighting is bad. If I don't want to watch this for the fights, I want to watch it for the character development. If I want some good fights, I'd rather go watch some other animes that dedicate the animation to actually make it look good rather than this. But overall, I like the episode. It was good. Glad to see Ryoma be OP. And we'll see where it goes. I'm really excited for episode 7. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode. And like always, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.